Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Cities by Steven. You're talking to Steven. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, please hit that subscribe button. Get that bell notification on too so you don't miss out on a video. Welcome back to the channel where last time we were here, we filled in these gaps between the railway station and the town. So it's kind of like a good transitional development, and I thought we did a fun job with that. In today's episode, we are going to be redeveloping Oracle Bay and continuing it beyond what we currently have. So it's just going to be kind of like a building episode, mainly because we have the new content creator packs and DLC that just came out last week, but this is the first episode with those items in it. And I'm really looking forward to using the Brooklyn and Queens pack with Oracle Bay. I think it's going to look fantastic with the whole theme that we got going on. So we also will be diving into the industrial DLC as well in Oracle Bay, and then just extending it a little bit, maybe getting another high school and elementary school in because those services are really lacking. So it's going to be a building episode today, and I hope you enjoy. So here we are in Oracle Bay. Might look a little different because I lost a lot of buildings setting up the districts for the episode. But also the city as a whole might look a little different, especially in the micro detailing aspect because I lost all of the detailing with the update. So I've had to go through and at least replace the trees on where all the trees were. Yeah, it's been a little chaotic getting it back in order. But I think it worked out nicely. We got everything pretty much back to where it was before, especially because last episode too, I had I had a save game that crashed, an autosave that crashed my game, so I lost all of this. So I hope this is back to pretty much what it was in the original recording. But yeah, this is what we did last episode, right through here, all these high density buildings, and I really like it. I especially like this high school over here that is kind of 2-in-1. It's two high schools put together. Yeah, I think it looks very fun. But this is where we're going to be working out today. So I've set it up. We have our original district, so things that we kind of already have done aren't going to change, particularly around this area with some of the Art Deco buildings and whatnot. The library over here. It's been a little while since we've done this, since we've been in this area, so I just wanted to cover it again. We also have our forestry industry in this zone, and we have a tram line running through the area along the waterfront, so we'll try and get that. I definitely want to connect up this area into here today as well. That'll be a main point of the episode, but this is going to be primarily where we're going to be building. So we have the original district of Oracle Bay, which I've kind of shuffled over onto this side to keep everything the way it was. But now we have Oracle Bay Harbor, which is going to be the industrial kind of center. And then we have Upper Bay, which is going to be kind of this area where a lot of the residential is going to be. So here we go. We can kind of see the districts like this: Upper Bay, Oracle Bay Harbor, and the original Oracle Bay district. So we need to get the Brooklyn and Queens DLC in Upper Bay, and then the Industrials DLC or content creator packs in Oracle Bay Harbor. So we have the district set up. We're going to go into Industrial Evolution, and let's make sure we actually have all the industry where we want it to be. We actually have a bit of residential in this area as well, but that's okay. We planned for that. So let's just delete the industry buildings that we currently have in here, and hopefully it pops up with some old-fashioned industry items because they look fantastic, especially for this area because this is like an old harbor. We got a fish factory over here too, which is neat. So hopefully this fills in really nicely. But we'll come back to that momentarily because over here in Upper Bay, we're going to have the Brooklyn and Queens DLC. So take a look at the district again so we know exactly where we're looking. So Oracle Bay Harbor will continue up into here. We had generic industry up here before. So hopefully this looks cool with some of these brick industrial buildings. But yeah, Upper Bay is up here. We already have some residential and commercial over on this side. Gonna keep the forestry DLC on this side. So once we have demand back, I'll fill this back up just to keep some variety in what's going on. But we're gonna delete all of these buildings so that we get some of the new ones in. So we made some of them historical. I think the theme is going to work better out over here. Now, just really quickly checking. Yeah, so this part is Upper Bay too. Those buildings are going to be forestry buildings. Cool. So Upper Bay. Then we need to go to the Brooklyn and Queens right here, and then we'll let it zone back up. But at the same time, we're going to fill it up with some residential as well. I think this whole block is probably going to be industrial. So pretty much the industrial corridor of the city. But right in here, we got to make sure that these are all residential. This zone is a bit awkward of a space. Have it transitioning from a 4-lane into a 2-lane road. I might actually want to continue a little bit farther. So let's grab this road and then just upgrade this. Go. So we'll just take this out right now so we focus our industry, our very low industry demand over into here. And we'll put it back once we have the demand back again. But yeah, what should we do with this area? I think park is probably the way to go, but there's a lot of parks already going through here. Maybe we can do kind of like a bit of half and half through here. We'll have some residential right along here. Now, I do know that there's going to be some pollution because of the industry nearby, so let's take a look at the pollution. So probably going to need a clinic nearby for the pollution here. But maybe we could get like one more building right here. Yeah, okay. What is this? Transfer manager. All right. Have a bit of mod issues because of what's been going on, but that's okay. So there are some new parks as well, which I'm really looking forward to using. So these new parks are so cool. I really like all of these new little assets that they've added in. Are they in here? Yeah, so like the old bridge park, like look at that. That's gonna be so cool. Park with perches. Cool. Tiny park? How tiny is it? That's pretty tiny. Tiny playground? Oh, that's sweet. Tourist park. Okay, what makes this so touristy? I don't know, but we're gonna place this one in right here because I think it's gonna look pretty nice. Oh, it's got souvenirs on it. Now I know you can change the style of some of them. So they all just say souvenirs. Okay, so we can find a better one. Oh, look at that. That's so cool. It's like a little market. Okay, you know what? I think the market would work really nice here. That is fantastic. Let's get another one of these little teeny parks in here because that's so cool. Sidewalk restaurant. I don't know if a restaurant's going to really work here. Sidewalk cafe. Oh, okay. This building, when I saw this for the first time, I was like, this is such a classic Canadian looking building that we got to include it like everywhere. This is going to be like a staple of the series from now on. Oh, that one's really cool too. That's a bit more modern. But yeah, this brick one looks just awesome. I think it can still work here. I think it kind of keeps the theme of like a main road kind of idea. Sorry, I'm trying to move it on this. Oh my gosh. There we go. And I just got to lower it down a little bit so that there's not so much of a hill in the middle of the asset. There we go. Yeah, that looks really cool. I really like that. Okay, so let's quickly just add like a tree or two in here, maybe some bushes. I think bushes would work really nicely in this area. Just these little flowers. Yeah, so I lost a lot of the detailing that we had already done. It's a bit unfortunate. So whenever I have the time, I'm going to try and go back and add it all back in. But yeah, I think a lot of it has to do with some of the mods that have been kind of redone. Like the prop line tool, for example, is a little messy or something like that. So that's one of them. So I think I lost like everything that we did with the prop line tool, which was a lot actually, surprisingly. And oh, people can walk right through this asset too. So that is amazing. Because of that, we need to continue with that concrete path idea. And we'll just connect up that node and we'll turn off our guidelines here so that we can get like real close to this path. Then right through here, we're going to create like a little bit of a dipsy doodle pathway. Oh, look at that. It's a little pond. That's really cute. Okay, let's keep that. That really helps the whole area kind of get tied together. But oh yes, look at those buildings. That is fantastic. I love these brick buildings. So realistic to the Canadian theme. I know it's Brooklyn and Queens, but yeah, I just think that looks fantastic. Let's now re-add in our industry in here because we definitely need to get that industry demand back up and full because otherwise we need to do something else, you know? All right. So looking at all this, it's coming together pretty good. Now, the intention is that they look like they can all connect up, right? So I think this is going to be like the highest uh, Oracle Bay is going to get with their high density because all these blocks will look like they kind of interconnect and whatnot, and they'll level up. I'll let them level up on their own, and we'll come back later and kind of clean it up because while I really like these small ones, I would rather like the whole thing be the small ones or the whole thing be the larger ones. So let's just kind of let it level up itself first because we have some other stuff to do. Particularly, we have this bus stop here and transit networks that need to kind of get improved. So let's take a look at our transit really quickly. And yeah, it's a bit messy, right? So, oh, you know what? I think I lost a bus line when we had that save malfunction. So perhaps we can add that back. So I think it was just kind of right in here, turned around. And then we have the next stop right here. And then we'll have another one right beside the high school, right there. And we'll have another one down by the park, put it right in the middle of the road here. And we'll have this one run kind of down into this area. All right, so we have that bus line back in here, which is great. Because I wanted to get that because we have two tram lines that kind of intersect here. So it'd be nice that they share this area right in here. But why don't we get it to turn up towards the bus station? At least one of them. Perhaps that can be the blue tram because it's already going all the way over on this side. Now it would be cool to keep this blue tram that goes all the way from Port Roberts through here and then just continue along the shoreline. That's really cool. But we have another tram that goes from the railroad down through here and then comes all the way over to this side. So we need one of them to terminate near this bus station, I think. Actually, so we had a comment in the last video about actually moving this tram line. Let's get these trams back up so we can see them. The green one, instead of sharing this, to turn it right here and then go along this side. And I think that is probably the best idea to get this kind of tram going. So I think we can kind of make it have a little stop in here, but then maybe it can continue even through here because this is a rather short tram line just connecting up the rail and Oracle Bay. Well, that is convenient. Maybe we can kind of create like a system that we can at least have another tram going in another direction. So yeah, let's use this space right here and create like a bit of a tram turnaround zone for these tram lines. All right, so here we are. We got a pretty sharp turn here, but they're doing it. The trams are doing it. And now we have a tram stop right beside the bus station, which is a great transfer spot. And both of these trams will be able to turn around if we get another tram going in this direction down the line. So, yeah, now this line goes from here all the way through to this side and then down. We are going to keep this to be tram road because of service reasons, right? So, there we go. And as we're doing that, look at this. The whole area's been able to come up now. And look at that building right there. That is the stuff the dreams are made of. So let's actually take out this commercial building because I think it would look better if we had another industry building there. But this is one of the worst commercial buildings because the parking goes over top of pit box, right? So let's delete that. And yeah, but yeah, look at these modern kind of warehouse type stuff. I think this works great down in this area. We might come back through here and add a bit more of those brick buildings back in because these brick ones look awesome. But right on top of this little shelf here, that looks fantastic, those warehouses. But yeah, some of these historical brick buildings look just fantastic and fused in this area. So yeah, and the residential is coming up really nicely as well. I like that we have this little pocket over here and here. That looks really, really nice. Whoa, jumpy game. Okay, so when there's this little pocket right here, which we need to detail up. Oh, hey, look at that. Lafayette Park leveled up to level 4. Holy cow. So that is the nature reserve we did in the live stream. All right, so we are having some health problems because of the industry nearby, right? So why don't we take out a bit of this industry and add in a clinic? Because I don't think we really have a clinic in this area. We have one over here and then a sauna. So let's get another one closer to where the issue point is going to be. So I think we can take out some of this forestry industry and let's just kind of let it regrow in a little bit. And we can get a clinic. So let's use this one. It looks a little bit nicer. Maybe it's like a newer lot. Maybe they, retrofitted an old industry building or something like that. Or maybe, they rezoned it from industry into healthcare, I guess. But let's grab it with move it. So we need buildings. There we go. Let's just center it. Block. Then let's make sure that the whole building is at the same height as that. There we go. And I think we can just do a bit of concrete work to clean it up. Pretty much right down to here as well. And then we can re-add the industry. The industry back inside. And let's maybe take that out right there. And we should get some real nice buildings pop up here. Beside or behind this clinic, which hopefully have a nice view at the back of these buildings that are getting destroyed and whatnot. So maybe having residential down here is not going to work anymore because it's not a clean industry like the forestry industry is. So we can take that out and put industry in here. All right, fantastic. So now that we have this growing up a little bit, Oracle Bay is looking pretty good from a distance, doesn't it? It definitely looks like an industrial part of the town, but now that we've kind of established this, now let's move away from this kind of older industry kind of boom town-esque build and move a bit more over into this green space where we can get a bit of a nicer kind of area. Then when we're done that, I think we can go along the waterfront. So we have 2 trams that are going to run through here, a northern one and then a more like waterfront style one. So let's look at the terrain. Let's see how we're going to incorporate this river wash. And then we'll be able to kind of find the grids, establish a high school out this way because we really need a high school, especially now that we have all these high density residential buildings out this way. So let's pick a road. Doesn't really matter what it is. Just use this one. Then we'll go straight, node, selection on, and we need to see what the topography is like. Okay, wow. Pretty unique here, isn't it? So I think we can get out to about our guidelines on about here, and then we're gonna need to go into a bridge. All right, so now we have this bridge through here, and they should all be the exact same, which is cool. Um, a lot going on. I might actually take out the middle one here. I just think it's a bit overkill for this, and a bit unrealistic. So I think we can do that, and then if we connect these up, I think we can get a cool whole system going on through here. Okay, so that's going to be kind of the edge of this area before we connect up with maybe another grid type. We might go a little bit further with this grid, but we need to figure out how this waterfront road is going to work now. And I think we'll just bridge this one as well, but at a different distance. So let's go to topography here. So yeah, if we go to about here, and then bridge this one right across. Sweet. So this one can come down. This is kind of our new grid, I guess, based off of where the bridge is, basically. And we don't need this tram turnaround because this one's going to continue past the bridge onto this side. But look at this. We have this really cool kind of opportunity that we can get this road to come right down. So I'll just bring it down here for now, just 10 units out. And then maybe let's get a few more blocks in here. So let's see the distance of this one. It's 8 units. Okay. Fantastic. Let's kind of just continue that grid right through here. Then another 8 units. That's not going to be perfect. So we go right down the middle. Nope, it's not going to work. I think we can leave it like that. That's pretty cool. But let's delete this. And we'll go into node controller and remove this improved node. So we'll just put the garbage can. There we go. And then also we need to redo the terrain here. All right, so now that we've kind of done that, there's a few things that we can do now. So we can definitely extend the commercial, or sorry, the residential down through here. So we're gonna need to make sure that we have, oh, jumpy. We're gonna need to make sure that we have our grids in order. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring this one down into here, like that. Maybe a bit more up, like that, and then Oracle Bay Harbor. And take this whole peninsula, whatever district we have in it, which is industry. Let's actually, this is good. Okay. So this little pocket here, it's got to be commercial. We definitely need to have a bit of a buffer now through this zone. But then we can get this stuff to be commercial, residential again, which is great. And then we can probably get this to be residential right through here. There's huge swaths of residential, but how about right in the middle here, we get a path. Awesome. Okay, very cool. Now we can continue the tram roads all the way through. Whoa, holy cow. We can get the tram roads all the way through to where we had them before. So we're going to have to kind of like parallel trams running through here, which is pretty neat. Awesome. So now we're just looking at expanding this, right? So let's bring this road all the way up through here. Let's make sure we have our guidelines on so we get it clean and straight right through here. Let's take a look at the topography, make sure we're not going to go too crazy. Okay, yeah, so I think we can bring it to about here. 23 units, making it even 24. Awesome. Okay, so then this can kind of mark out this industrial pocket right through here. So I kind of want this weird gap to be still a part of this kind of operation Blade Square here. So maybe we can figure out some of the borders now. Now this is a toll booth, but are we gonna actually make sure a security gate? We're gonna make sure that that's the only access point through here, or can we have like a pedestrian access point? Um, yeah, let's have a pedestrian access point right through here. Make sure that we actually have an industry road though. That can go right down to there, and then we can put this one down there. Okay, I think this is gonna work out. Let's grab this road again and bring it out to here. Awesome. Okay, so we're doing good on power. Actually, we could probably use another one. Grab that. Put that right along there. Why don't we do the same thing just like that? So we're gonna definitely get a huge power improvement, but since we're kind of detailing up this area. Oh my gosh, I forgot water. Of course I did. So let's make sure that we have water all the way through this area. We're about to build up in it. Awesome. Okay, so I'm thinking right in here we can get some street level stuff. So we have industry right through here. So why don't we get a bit of commercial? It'll help kind of diversify what we got going on. And okay, so now let's try and continue this area and maybe get some schools going because we don't really have any schools out this way, and we definitely need a high school. I'm thinking the high school is going to have to be on this side of these bridges, but we can definitely get an elementary school right in this little pocket, I think. All right, so that is coming along real nicely. We're gonna change up the residential type right in this little pocket. It's gonna help the look a little bit, I think. But let's refocus our attention onto this area here because I think we need to make sure that there's a bit of a buffer between the residential and the industry, especially if it's a dirty, like basic industry. But right in here, I think we can start detailing up a little bit. All right, so now we need to figure out how we're going to access this area of town. We're going to change up the grid at all, and I think we're probably going to. So if we're going to get like another town out this way, I'm going to probably make it a farming town, maybe a farming town with a bit of a waterfront. So let's establish a line along the waterfront here, just based off of the topography. Looks like we have a nice big low area here. So I think we should probably look at getting it centered from about here. Okay, so I think I like where this is kind of going. Have that right there. These roads will continue either in the new grid line direction or not. So kind of giving ourselves a nice little area for a high school in this side of the bridge. Maybe right in this little pocket here, it could be like a rather large high school. That could be cool. So let's go into move it here and grab props because there's a bunch of dead trees in this area that I want to get rid of. And then we also have an opportunity to bring a rail down through here if we want to as well, as long as the high school doesn't go too far. So I think this tram line will continue down into here somehow. So it's a massive tram line. I think that's really cool. Just a massive waterfront tram. But this tram line, the northern one here, will terminate kind of in this general vicinity. Just after we figure things out a little bit. All right, so we're gonna get this one to terminate somewhere over here. We'll definitely redo it once we figure out what's going on with this side of the area, but maybe we can make it this area into a hub. So this is just temporary again. Now we're probably gonna make another temporary turnaround right here for this one because obviously we haven't built up what's going on over here yet, right? So can't really establish that, but we definitely need to add more transit in down the line, particularly bus routes through this area. So yeah, I'm just gonna add in another tram turnaround right here, and then bring the trams over, and we'll establish this tram here first. But this one could also continue on down the line too, but this is just temporary. Awesome news. Okay, now that we have those tram lines going, let's get this high school in finally. So this road is going to, now this one actually doesn't need to be follow the grid at all. If you look at the topography here, we could probably get this one to kind of go straight a little bit, maybe 8 units, and then let's curve it up about here. That's good. And then let's see, this road will probably turn into the high school itself. I don't think it's going to go underneath or anything like that. It could go over top of everything, but I think this isn't the right road for that. So yeah, this one is probably going to turn into a bit of a frontage road then in the high school. So if we get it to go like that, and then run a road parallel. All right, something like that. So we'll have a frontage road, and then maybe this one can go over top of the highway here, maybe even turn into an intersection if you want it to be, or interchange, some sort of trump or something like that. That could be cool. We do have a challenge now with the rails, so that's going to be interesting to see how we're going to approach another interchange, because we definitely need at least one more over here. But so I'm not going to connect these up, but I'm going to make sure that we utilize most of this area, because I would imagine that this road is going to go over top or underneath or something like that. So we need to make this into a high school now, like a large high school kind of idea with like a couple sports fields and whatnot. That's kind of what I am imagining here. So we have this road coming through here. We also can turn this into an industrial road at any point. So why don't we find a nice spot to turn, or to get like a large parking lot or something like that? That could be cool. Taking a look at this high school, which I believe is from the Africa DLC, and yeah, it's really cool. I think it's really neat. Let's use this one. I was gonna use the classic one with the massive courtyard, but I mean, this looks awesome. Yeah, that looks just absolutely fantastic there. Cool. All right, I am down for that. So we got this. Is it the same amount of capacity as anything else? Capacity 1,000, 824. Whoa, 1,000 and 1,000. Okay, yeah, sweet. I am down to use that then. Changes things up a little bit, doesn't it? All right. So then this one, we need water down over here. We have our big parking lot as well, which is great. Let's run water down the frontage road. Awesome. Okay, so I kind of want this area to have like a large green space. But also I want it to be kind of like a destination for like local sports. So let's first of all smooth out this cliff right here. It doesn't look that good. All right, so this is the asset that I wanted over here. This massive baseball diamond park. What do they call it? Complex. Yeah, baseball complex. So if we get this kind of over here, we can. Oh, it has a parking lot of its own too. Okay, that's neat. So if we get this, we can position this pretty close to the school, but it doesn't have to be like right in the school. But I was hoping that like this parking lot could be shared for everything. But yeah, I think this is going to work nicely. We're gonna need to add in some detailing for this area because um, there's like no outfield fence. So I think that would be needed. All right, so let's just add in a bit of pavement here that'll help uh, with this look. And then we need to figure out how we're going to connect up this area with this one. So see this giant hitbox right here? We definitely need to smooth that out. So that's why we have all this green space. Awesome, awesome. So is there another sports field that we could get? Because I feel like having like a soccer field here would be really cool. We could even go with the community soccer field too. So this one could be a little bit closer to the tram because we're down the hill here. Yeah, this actually looks really nice right here. So if we grab this and set it to the same height as that and pull it back a little bit, if we can, if the game doesn't freeze or something like that, it would be nice. Oh wow! Hey, look at this. We hit Grand City. That is fantastic. Oh, we got the Copper Bowl too. That's really really cool. Oh, and the waste processing complex too. So that means we can do our landfill soon. The next one is 32,000. Okay, sweet. Didn't need to hit that milestone today, but hey, look at that. There's the episode title right there. Uh, funny how it works out. Okay, so now we have kind of these two complexes here. Real nice. Now let's kind of try and tie it together with a few assets here, including outfield fences. All right, so hope you're liking what's going on so far, but I want to get some parks trying. I'm gonna try to get some park stuff in the middle here, and in order to do that, we're gonna need to make this whole area a park. This is gonna have super high value because of all the assets that we have going on already. So I'm just gonna make this whole area a park. Oh, you know what? The main gate would actually look really nice right here. Let's see if we can get that in this pocket. I don't know if it'll work or not though, but we'll see. We'll see. And then we'll probably have to call it after we finish up this high school. So let's see. Let's get this right in there. Look at that. That looks fantastic. Holy cow. Oh yeah, that's great. Okay, so now we can get some assets in through here. So let's gonna kind of add in a few. We're gonna need some restrooms and stuff. So I was thinking the restrooms could be good down by this area. All right, so we got to get this sidewalk restaurant in here again. I just think that they look fantastic. Okay, so we can't use the same one we've already used. So what about this first one? I think this one is probably going to be best for this situation. So let's see if we can get it to kind of fit perfectly somewhere. Now we are on a hill, so it's a bit trickier, right? But be like right up in here, kind of marking the end of the park area. Yeah, and then we can get this path to continue around here, which would be really cool. Just around the pond area. All right, very nice. I really enjoyed this. All right, so just a few more park assets in this area because we got the washrooms. Don't really need more than that, but I can definitely see us getting. How about the playground? That makes sense to get out at least somewhere, right? Why don't we get that somewhere over here? Very good. And we'll get a gazebo as well. Corner. And let's get another gazebo over here. We already have a couple over on this side. So why don't we get one out over here? And yeah, okay. So I think all we really need now is to kind of make this seem a bit more like a high school. So how are we going to do that? Well, I think if we just kind of have an open space along here, it should be fine. But I think we need to kind of demarcate this area with some trees, kind of close off some of this. All right, so there we have it. A quick little park in here slash community sports area. And I think we're definitely going to need to make sure that we have a tram stop out over here because this is going to be quite the area. Now, hopefully we left enough space to get this to bridge over top here. Let's see. We did. I'm sure we did. If not, we can adjust things later on. But Victoria High, I think that makes sense to for the name. Um, then, if we look at our tram stop, yeah, we have a tram stop right here. Very cool. And perhaps we can get another one down the line a bit closer to this restaurant, for example. Um, just like that, and then we'll have this one turn around. So we'll remove that stop on the turnaround. And yeah, there we go. Okay, so yeah, this is looking really good so far. I think this is where we're gonna stop for this kind of build. We'll definitely come back to this area next time, including the detailing of the river or the lakefront, because this episode is very much just Brooklyn and Queens upgrading and then figuring out where we're gonna go along here. So I think waterfront is a bit more of like a standalone episode. So I think we should kind of stick with that. But look at this little pocket right here. That's really cool. I think we can get one of these new parks. So this is kind of like we've been exploring all these new parks. They're very cool indeed, and I definitely enjoy them. I wonder if we can get one of these to work. Just like this restaurant area along the waterfront. Let's see if we can get one that the hitboxes work. So it looks like just the building has changed. So we need to adjust for the trees then on this asset. So looks like we're actually doing pretty good. But if we pull this over a little bit, there's no parking up front. It's just a sidewalk. Okay, so I think if we can kind of get it right in here, that could be good. But these trees are a little much on the sidewalk and stuff like that, right? So I wonder if we can do something about that, or if we should just maybe think about doing something else here because that asset should really be saved for something, that actually works. We shouldn't force this one in. But yeah, that building doesn't work. Sweet, like the sidewalk cafe. Maybe it's a historical building or something like that. This is one we've used already, but I think it blends really nicely in this area. Helps to fuse things together a little bit as well, which is good. Um, and I think we just need to grab a park path and just bring this one up here because we don't want it to connect along the side there. Okay, and then we can actually detail up this area a little bit with some trees. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. This was a ton of fun. Looking at all the new content creator packs and whatnot. Uh, really enjoyed doing this. So these trees definitely help kind of hide it a bit more secluded. I think that fills out that area really nicely. We have a bunch of these monstrosity buildings, so let's delete these and take a look at everything that we've done today. So uh, we have the old Oracle Bay in here. Looks really good with the old vanilla medium density. But then if you're looking at the distance, off in the distance, you see all these brick buildings clearly put up fast for an industry boom or something like that. Um, Perhaps something to do with the mining in the area or something because of that. But we also have these modern warehouses down through here, which is great. Definitely adds to the warehousey feel of this area. Maybe we can look at gentrifying it or something like that down the line. But oh my goodness, look at that fire! Jeez. But yeah, I think the mixing is the way to do this with Brooklyn and Queens in this area because this is a lot of bricks. So maybe we can pull a district in and remove one of these blocks because it is very much a lot of the same. So perhaps taking Glade Square, bringing it in for like 2 blocks or something like that, adding in like a different type of residential to Glade Square to help out. I think that could be cool, but I definitely getting good vibes from the content creator packs. And then we also have this uh, community park area slash high school. With that, folks, let's take our screenshot for the episode. And why don't we do something like this? So, hope you have a wonderful day, folks. Talk to you soon.